Welcome to Lantern's Insight, where we take Magic the Gathering's long lore, break it down, and dramatically retell it back to you. All characters and art are owned by Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro. If you want to learn more about the game, Magic the Gathering, please visit the links down below. In a ruined chapel, rubble shifts, and a fat zombie shuffles out. The dumb thing turns as if in a daze to see the silhouette of a massive form. It manages to moan once, clacking its jaws, before Garruk's huge hand crushes its skull. His prey has been here. Garruk thinks back to what brought him here, a single name that brings untold rage. Liliana. The necromancer that cursed him changed his wild animals, his summoned companions, into something else, something darker. They fought, and like the coward she was, she tainted him and fled, but Liliana was close now. The tracks were still fresh. The hunters squatted, still as a bird, taking in the world around him. The track marks, dust, corpses, they told the story of what happened to this place only hours before. The doors to the chapel burst open as two Innistrad soldiers and a fat priest cross the threshold. One of the soldiers turns and tries to close the door, but before he does, a rotted hand pulls him from the place. The other soldier draws his sword, but the fat priest acts faster, closing the door shut tight. That was Jonathan!
Was.
You slimy little... With an explosion of darkness, the door blows open. An unnatural wind dispels the smoke, revealing Liliana Vess.
Hello, boys.
The beautifully terrible, eternal necromancer casually strolls into the church. The soldier points his sword at her.
Aw, cute.
With the lightest touch on the sword's tip, it curls in on itself, black mana traveling down the blade into the man who stiffens and then promptly dies. She turns her haughty gaze to the priest.
I hope you know where Grizzlebrand is.
She points to him, and he throws his hands up in front of him.
No,
Wrong answer.
Mikaeus! Mikaeus would know.
And where is this Mikaeus?
Thraben.
Good boy.
The priest smiles and lowers his hands.
Be glad you found me when you did, Necromancer. My name is Volpaig. I'm one of the heads of the Skrasdag Order.
And then he screams. Not too far away in Thraben, Mikaeus writes yet another letter. They've gone up in number since Averbrook was lost. The news of the fire was most unfortunate. The loss of our family's ancestral manor is saddening, but the fact that it was caused by our own kin is disgraceful. I do not wish to trouble you with the state of affairs here in Thraben. The weakening of the protective wards is grave indeed. The incessant accounts of ghoul migrations, blood slayings, and werewolves attacked have caused me many sleepless nights. Pray for Avacyn's return with all your hearts. Until that time, I must not leave Thraben. I fear my power, weak as it is compared to hers, is the only cord that binds our faith together. A knock echoes through the large but sparse room. Enter. Thalia, strong and loyal as any elite Cathar, enters, stepping to attention immediately.
You requested my presence, Lunarch.
That I did, Thalia, guardian of Thraben.
Second guardian of Thraben, Lunarch.
I did not misspeak, Captain. Lothar is missing. For the first time, Thalia breaks her rigid stance.
We must organize a search then. I've heard of a man named Tybalt who...
No, we must not. The manpower cannot be spared. You are now guardian. I pray you are up to the task.
Yes, Lunarch.
Good. That is all. You may take your leave. Thalia leaves the old man to his letters. Mikaeus seals the latest letter with the official holy symbol. Nephew, what has become of you? The thick mist pushes against the ornate windows of a makeshift lab, begging to come in like some unwelcome specter. Geralf threads a needle with an experienced precision.
She hit you again, didn't she? I always told you, don't let her use those cheap tricks on you. You have to watch your legs next time, okay?
He turns to Thomas, the mayor of Trostad. Well, mostly the mayor. Geralf added some choice bits of an archer's arms to the pale scab.
Promise? Good. Also, where's your wife been lately? She should be with you. You two were inseparable since I stitched you together.
As if in answer to his question, a woman's head comes crashing through the window. It lands with a splat. Geralf retrieves the head.
Oh, Rosalind, I'm so sorry.
Rosalind snaps at him, revealing a note in her dead jaws.
What's this?
Dear brother, as far as I'm concerned, half the bodies you've collected is mine. It's the least you can do since you burned down my bedroom. I will come to retrieve them along with Father's book you stole soon. Now, actually. Good luck. P.S. I was Father's favorite. He told me on her 10th birthday.
Gisa, this goes against the 5 laws of necro-warfare, you cheat! Thomas, to arms!
The mayor rips off his arm, offering it to his master.
It's an expression, Thomas.
Robin Ansel, a resolute young Cathar, is back to back with his partner, Rika Eberhardt. Around them, zombies, some rotten, others cobbled together monstrosities, encircle them.
Use it!
I can't!
We'll be dead soon if you don't.
His back against the wall, Robin unsheathes the bloodletter, slashes a single shallow strike to the nearest corpse. It seems almost to laugh at the scratch, but its chuckles run dry suddenly as its eyes roll back into its head. It falls to the ground. With renewed vigor, Robin attacks again and again, every cut, no matter how small, resulting in undead's return to the grave. The tides turn quickly as an unhollowed fen snake lashes out, taking the sword in its fangs and slithering away with the blade.
The weapon!
I've got it!
She lunges out with her own sword, only to hit zombie fodder blocking her path. The rotten horde retreats, leaving the two defenseless among the stitched scab. Rika raises her sword, stance ready, as Geralf rushes in, lantern in hand.
Back! Back! Back, I say! You two, come quickly!
The zombies retreat from the light. The two follow their new ally, never turning their back to the unbreathing horde, into Geralf's old manor. Thank you, Master...
Geralf. Just Geralf. No need for pleasantries.
Yes, I'm Robin Amsel. This is my traveling partner, Rika. She only offers a stern nod.
Please, warm yourself by the hearth. My home has been more drafty than usual. There was a fire here recently. Dinner is actually being served if...
What? The enemy is still outside.
Oh, them? Yes, don't fret. They will not enter here.
And how can you be so sure?
Well, you see, my sister, she's the one behind those horrid abominations. This is why I'm here. In fact, I have most of the town here for their own safety. I fear what she would do with them if she got her nasty little hands on them.
The two share a concerned glance. Geralf points to the door.
Come, dinner will be served soon.
He ushers them into a huge, empty dining room.
Tell me, what brings two Cathars to my home?
One.
Rika is not with the church anymore.
I see.
You asked of our journey. My father sent me here.
I have kin in the church as well, an uncle from my mother's side. But I was told priests were not allowed to have children.
Discouraged, yes, at least in the capital. He was an adopted father at any length. He sent me to find a very old relic.
And do you have it yet?
I did, but sadly a ghoul stole it before you found us.
Cheat? She cheats! She knows weapons are against the rules!
Rika jumps to her feet.
Perhaps we should take our leave.
What? No, dinner is served! Our wonderful town has come to serve our guests.
The town did in fact come to serve them. However, what Geralf meant by the whole town was something like Mary's foot attached to Brahm's leg, with Emily's torso. With one hand, Rika unsheathes her sword, and the other she pulls Robin behind her protectively. And then the dining room windows shatter under the heavy bodies of yet more zombies.
Surprise, brother! I have a magical sword. Hand over father's book.
Stop breaking my windows!
Only when you stop burning down my room.
You're the one who lit my masterpiece ablaze!
It reminded me of your stupid face.
The two shambling armies clash. All the while, the twins just throw insults at one another. Rika tosses a confused glance to Robin, who can only shrug. Rika sighs, walks calmly to the mantel, and takes a book that looks like it was bound in human skin, holding it above the fireplace. Everyone freezes, as if time has been stopped.
How about we make a deal, shall we?
Back in Thraben, Mikaeus takes his daily walk. In his youthful days, these strolls used to last hours, days even. He would disappear into some needy corner of the city and offered all he had. As time's gone on, he stopped going out of the cathedral and only dealt with the church's problems eternally. And now he doesn't even leave the garden courtyard. Currently, he stares up at the helvault, a huge silver mass. He ponders what it is, what it means, and its future. When he was a child, he read that when Avacyn came to the humans, she brought it down from the silver moon high above. He didn't really believe that himself, but it still enjoyed a place on this hallowed ground regardless. He supposed it could be true, since the moon was silver. Perhaps all holy silver on this world came from the moon. He took his eyes away from the metal and lifted them upwards. I pray the whole of that heavenly host falls to the ground. Then we may actually have the means to defend ourselves from this oncoming darkness. Gisa throws her book into the air and catches it as it falls. Next to her, Geralf takes his letter opener and stabs a piece of parchment into the table.
Time out.
Time out.
This game is getting boring.
Yes, winning was getting too easy.
You weren't Never mind that. I thought of a new game.
I'm sure it's stupid, but I will indulge you.
Mother told me she received a letter from our uncle, a very scolding one concerning us.
And what did Master Lunas have to say about us?
Only nasty things, as you'd expect. It put our mother in quite a state.
If he hurt Mother, we should hurt him in kind.
Exactly what I was thinking. We should take Thraben away from him, dear sister.
I don't have enough ghouls for that quite yet.
We do together. Truce?
He offers his hand. She looks at it. Gisa sighs and grabs his index finger and wiggles it in a mockery of a handshake.
Yes. It could be fun.
Geralf stumbles to his feet, and with a dramatic wave of his hand, he gestures to the door.
Good. Now then, I wanted to introduce you to someone. Come in and say hello.
A massive zombie ducks low to enter the dining room. He extends his shape, showing off his entire bulk, nearly 2 men tall and 3 wide. He greets Gisa with a wild, manic grin.
Who is this pretty thing?
This is Grimgrin. I named him after you.
Gisa's eyes light up with excitement. She smiles wide, mirroring the grotesque beast. Thalia had a difficult few days. It seems that Lothar kept many of the city's problems from public eye. No doubt to keep order, but still, she could not help but feel a little betrayed. In his notes, she found more on the man named Tybalt. He was a necromancer who tortured and killed the subjects before raising them from their recent death. Either he wasn't a very good necromancer, or just decided that torturing was more fun than the latter, because authorities had found a lot of bodies, but very few resurrected. She rubbed her temples. Lothar found a promising lead on his current whereabouts. 2 guards burst through the door, interrupting her plans.
Who gave you the call to enter?
Sorry, Mom, but there was a problem. Undead at the walls.
How many?
All of them, I think.
You, get to the Lunarch and bring him to his chambers and stand guard. You, come with me.
Outside the city walls, Liliana watches calmly as the unhallowed assault the gate. Their fists collide with the wooden and stone gates, managing to break themselves more than anything else.
Oh, well, can't say they're not at least trying.
The ground shakes as Grimgrin gets a running start, smashing into the gate along with several zombies. The undead pour into the city like a spreading infection.
I may have spoken too soon. Looks like the talent pool increased since I last visited.
From the sky, a half-man, half-drake descends. From its talons, Geralf stumbles to the earth.
Interesting.
Geralf points to a sewer duct in the wall. The stitched monstrosity closes its claws around it, and with 2 great heaves of its wings, the metal grate comes free from the wall. Geralf disappears into the pipes.
More interesting.
As Thalia watches the army of the damned raid the city, a clear panic spreads along her men.
Mum,
Retreat to Fang Wall.
abandon the outer ring, but
Don't make me repeat myself. Many lives will be lost today. I know that, and I don't take that knowledge lightly. For the first half, put a crossbow in every soldier's hand and station them at the top of the wall.
on the second,
Tell them to strip the thatch from every roof.
thatch.
Thatch is how we win this.
Scab crafting can be a dirty job, but even this grime is a little much for Geralf. He decides that he'll likely burn these clothes after he's done, covered as they were with ghoul leftovers, waste, and blood. It's a shame, really, because they were a gift from his father. Geralf wipes the blood off the letter opener with the dead guard's coat and thinks how his split throat was a waste, since he had such well-defined neck muscles. He knocks, and in a few moments Mikaeus opens the door wide.
Thalia, the smoke, what did you?
Hello, Uncle.
The letter opener plunges into the old man's chest, and the 2 stumble to the ground.
You told my mother you could see the darkness in my heart? Well, let's see if it runs in the family.
Geralf is back on top now, and he thrusts the knife down, sawing away the flesh with the dull blade. After the hole was to his liking, he reached in with his own hands, pulling the heart free.
Nope, just a boring old heart.
Outside, the room's shout of alarm picks up. Geralf puts the heart into a pocket on his belt. He takes off his coat, folding it neatly, and places it on the Lunarch desk. At that moment, Thalia is in the doorway.
Don't move.
Geralf puts his goggles over his eyes, waves, and then jumps out the window. Thalia rushes the window, only to watch in horror as Geralf glides away riding on wings made of entirely human skin.
Mom, the plan worked. The undead have been burned to ash. But by the angels, the Lunarches.
Dead. Call the elders. The night is not over yet.
Thalia turns back to the window. She can see the outline of the helvault, and behind it, the pyre that was once the outer city walls. Hey guys, I hope you liked the dramatic retelling of the original Innistrad block. Please remember to comment and subscribe if you want to see the next dramatic retelling of Dark Ascension, the set following this one. You can always see my Know Your Plane video info on Innistrad as well. Like the video if you liked it, and comment if you want to start a discussion below. I'm on Twitter at LanternMTG as well. I'm really hoping to make this the lore channel for Magic the Gathering, and I can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to find out more about this game, please follow the links in my channel to Wizards of the Coast. As always, I'm Lantern, and this was Lantern's Insight.